So you're not from around here?
It's hard to explain. I keep having these memories. I see flashes. I think I had a life here. But I can't tell if it's real.
We have no idea what threats are out there. We can't do this alone. We need you.
I'm not what you think I am.
Brie Larson, tell me, what's it going to be like? What kind of footage have you seen?
Well, we saw the teaser trailer that we released and broke records. We, of course, have seen the movie many times. It is coming together extremely well. She does a tremendous job. Sam Jackson is a very different version of Nick Fury, does an amazing job. The entire cast, this one is very different and very exciting.
What's different about it?
It takes place in the 1990s. And while it is an origin story of our hero, it is a very different type of origin story, which we're excited to unveil to audiences.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Pleasure. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie, Kevin Feige, talking more about the Captain Marvel movie, how it's a very different type of origin story. You may remember him saying stuff like that a couple years ago, saying that they weren't doing conventional origin stories anymore. So let's break it down. There's a new round of that Spider-Man PS4 game giveaway, or for the DLC, whichever. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a Marvel-related comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. Long time ago, Kevin Feige said that they're not doing the old school type of origin stories, and that predates the introduction of Spider-Man in the MCU as well as the Doctor Strange movie, even though I kind of consider Doctor Strange a conventional origin story, because he gets into an accident, we follow him to the Ancient One, he trains, gains power, defeats the villain, Caecilius and Dormammu, then returns to continue on his path of becoming Earth's Sorcerer Supreme. It's almost exactly like the path of the original Iron Man movie or any of the Phase 1 Avengers. You get a really jarring intro, then a rewind to show you how you got there, then most of those original Phase 1 movies continue in a fairly linear fashion from, say, like the Iron Man Mark 1 to the Mark 3. The big oh crap moment of that original Iron Man movie wasn't so much the way they did the origin story, it was actually that big tag at the end where he just reveals his secret identity, like, oh my god, it's a superhero, this revealing his secret identity. Because at the same time that was coming out, we were getting Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, and Batman's secret identity is still a very big deal, even in comics today, and Iron Man was just throwing it out there for the world to see, like, I am Iron Man. So the reason why Kevin Feige is saying that after all these Avengers character origin stories that we've got, this is meant to be a very different type of origin story, it's because there's a lot of false narration and misdirection in the way they present the character when you first see her. They've changed the way they tell her origin story just on a functional level, the narrative of the movie, as well as the story itself on a fundamental level. The teaser trailer that I put at the beginning of this gives you all the clues you need to tell you these things and why it is so different. Like, they even try to lay some of that dialogue in there. I'm not who you think I am. That's very telling. Obviously, it's a moment in the movie, but it's also a tip-off for us, the audience, because most of us will go see the movie knowing at least some version of her origin story from the comics. Even if you're not a really big comic book fan, you have a vague idea of who her character is and how she got her powers. So as an audience member, you go to see the movie, you see Carol Danvers, she looks human, you assume she's human, she grows up on planet Earth like a normal kid would, becomes a badass Air Force pilot, has a really edgy personality to match, gets into an accident, gets powers, learns to use those powers, blows the crap out of the villains, who the trailer leads you to believe are the Skrulls. That's who they're presenting as the main villain of the movie. You probably detected how they're kind of taking the mantle as the new go-to space-based villains in the Marvel Universe from the Chitauri. Where it starts to get really different, though, is that the whole thing about the origin story that you see in this trailer is that from Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers' perspective, she believes her origin story to be one thing, when really, she's been misled her entire life. So it's one of those mind-blowing narrative devices where a really badass hero is on a mission, feeling really righteous about themselves, but they find out that the reason for their existence is not what they were told. I'm not the person that everyone, namely Jude Law's character and her parents, told her she was, so it becomes this big identity crisis and a rediscovery of who she is, then a self-corrected origin story midway through the movie. Like the character that you see crash through the blockbuster in that funny moment has an origin story, but this version of Carol Danvers in the classic comic book red gold costume at the end of the movie has a whole separate origin story that we get during the movie after she learns the truth about who she really is. So you can kind of see there's a couple moments when she and the audience at the same time are supposed to get their minds blown during the movie. New information you get makes you completely rethink everything you thought you knew. So conventional Phase 1 Avengers origin stories, there's no real false information. Kid grows up, goes on a life-changing field trip, cue Avatar montage, gains power, learns to use that power wisely, becomes a true superhero. So even though the Captain Marvel you see at the beginning of the movie already has her powers in this green Kree Star Force uniform, she has not become the fully actualized version of the superhero that you see at the end of the movie. As for the story of where she comes from, how she got her powers, the way her powers work, I've already done a video about that last month about the life of Captain Marvel comic book. That's the prequel story that Marvel's been dropping in advance of the movie just to make people understand that MCU Captain Marvel is going to be a little bit different, so I'll add a link for that at the end of this video. But essentially, her parents lied to her whole life about who she was. Her mother is this pink-skinned Kree, one of the best warrior captains in the Kree Empire, sent to Earth as a precursor for galactic conquest. She falls in love with a human man, gets married, has a daughter, names her Kar-El, so her real birth name is just the Kree version of Carol. They just call her Carol so that no one will know that she's half alien and can live a normal life. So in the way that Black Panther was already kind of a badass before he got the heart-shaped herb and gained special extra superpowers, Captain Marvel already has a measure of abilities before she gets into her accident that unlocks her true cosmic potential. Hopefully, one of the next trailers that they drop will reveal some more information about this. We'll break it down. Kevin Feige even said some really funny stuff about Deadpool and the X-Men characters during Phase 4 at this event that he was at, so maybe I'll do a video for that sometime in the next couple of days too. You may have also heard them reveal that Catherine Langford from 13 Reasons Why is going to be in Avengers 4 as a mystery character, so if there's anything you want me to do a video for, just let me know in the comments. But congratulations to Carly Fernandez, you're the giveaway winner from my last big Marvel video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact details. Click here to watch Kevin Feige reveal a whole bunch of stuff about Avengers Marvel Phase 4, and click here for that Captain Marvel brand new origin story video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.